Welcome back now to Primetime Sports Friday. Now, there are positive signs for next year's ISSA Boys and Girls Championships going ahead. This according to ISSA President Keith Wellington. But it may not be with the usual nearly 30,000 capacity crowd. Last month, ISSA President Keith Wellington told TVJ Sports that it would be difficult to stage school events in the Easter term if face-to-face classes didn't resume. But with the government now moving to reinstate face-to-face school, there are positive signs for Champs 2021, according to Wellington.
Our initial proposal was that we would go ahead with the planning of Champs, and we would plan for Champs without spectators. But in our initial discussions with our various stakeholders, including the Ministry of Health, it was recommended that we plan to have Champs first of all at the normal time, which is the end of March, and secondly with some level of spectator support. Definitely not the number that we have become accustomed to.
A couple of coaches' associations had put forward proposals on how Champs could be staged safely for 2021, but Wellington says a decision has already been taken in that regard.
We have taken a decision that it will be one Champs, boys and girls Champs, as we have had over the last 20 years or so. So it will be one boys and girls Champs. We are making adjustments in terms of eligibility to participate, how many persons will be participating, the schedule, the time in between events, the number of events. So I can tell you, you won't have any events where there are 70, 80, 110 students participating in that one event.
The cancellation of Champs 2020 has also put a significant dent in ISSA's coffers, but Wellington says the plan for next year's event won't be driven by money.
I can tell you that I'm sure that part of the government's plan regarding the Olympics is how it's going to tie in the Olympics with tourism and so on. So we are going to be approaching them to say that let us make sure that this happens. Whether it is going to be an income-generating thing for ISSA or not, I'm not going to say it's not important, but it won't be the most critical thing for us this year.
The STETS principal has also said that he expects to see significantly fewer schools participating in all Easter term sports come next year, with a lack of face-to-face classes affecting some schools' abilities to raise funds.